Hello, everybody. I'm Craig Wolfley,
And I'm Tunch Ilkin.
and we are here for our post-game wrap-up. And I
It's
set
not,
it up.
it's not a good post-game wrap.
No, it isn't. It really isn't.
Yeah.
I mean, because really, it all started the week before, and I have to say that I had my premonition, which
Yeah.
I'm sorry I had the premonition, because all week long I kept saying that it's the black hole.
It's
I mean,
a black
the one
hole.
thing, the black hole was just, it's been a problem for the Steelers the last 3 times they've been out there. They lost in 06, in 012, and 013 to all bad Raider teams.
Right.
Ben Roethlisberger has never won in Oakland Alameda County Coliseum,
Right.
otherwise
You can
known
say
as
the black hole.
The black hole.
Yeah.
And again, it was a black hole game, and to me it started right from the get-go. They deferred the toss. Chaluch, you immediately protested.
Yeah.
Then they pooched a kick high, and it bounced straight. This is an end-over-end ball.
Yeah.
Okay? End-over-end. And it bounces straight up. It doesn't go right, left, kick, forward and roll. It just, so they returned it, and they got 13 yards out of what should have been, if anything, a loss.
Right.
And to me, it started the black hole right away.
Wolf, and I don't remember when the NFL started giving you an opportunity to defer, but I hate that. You win the toss, take the ball. Now I understand, Mike Tomlin,
Right.
Bill Bell, all the great coaches, they do the same thing. They say, okay, we want the last drive of the first half to score, and the first drive of the third quarter to score. And I get it, but against a team like Oakland, I'd rather jump on them early. Don't give them any hope. Don't give them a 12-play drive for a touchdown. Don't give them
Exactly.
that. And then all of a sudden they say, hey, we can beat these guys.
Do you remember in '89 when you were team captain? You were like, you won like a dozen
Yeah,
in a row.
I was
And you kept
hot.
going, tails never fails.
Right, yeah.
I'll never forget Miami standing with Rod Rust, our defensive coordinator, and he's standing and goes, "What do you think? Do you think our man wins the toss?" And I go, "If he says tails never fails, he wins." And that was like the 11th or 12th in a row that you had won. It was hilarious.
Yeah.
But truly, you'd like to win. Take the ball and go.
Yeah, and so and listen, they lost, and it was a black hole moment, and they had an opportunity to win. And I know everybody in town is calling for Coach Tomlin's job, and everybody's angry and they're frustrated.
anger.
So let me just tell you something. Just chill out, all right? It's not over till it's over. They've got 3 games left. As people are saying, oh, do the Steelers deserve to be in the playoffs? Well, in '89, did we deserve to be in the playoffs? About 5 things happened to happen in the last game, and we had the wind down in Tampa, and it was blizzard. It was snowing down in Tampa.
We had a brownout in Tampa on Christmas Eve.
Right, and so we ended up beating them, and all those things happened to get us into the playoffs. In '84, we had to beat the defending Super Bowl champions, the LA Raiders, in the Coliseum.
Right.
Our last game, and we did. So everyone that's going, oh yeah, good luck with the Patriots. To quote the kid in Angels in the Outfield, it could happen.
There's no question, Chaluch.
Yeah.
You look at that whole game. There was a back and forth, and then Ben got hurt, but Ben came back and he led him on that drive.
Right.
A lot of people are talking about he should have saved a timeout for here or there. Look, the fact is you're in position to tie up the game right at the end.
Right.
You had the kick. Unfortunately, it did not work out good. That was one of the moments.
It was a black hole moment.
It was a black hole moment. The kicker slipped. Chris Boswell slipped. And here's the thing I will say, though. That's the first time I saw body language from Boz saying that a kick got to him.
Right, yeah.
Every other time, the young man, you got to shake it off. He's good enough. There's no question. But right now, he's not kicking good enough. And he's got to be able to pull himself together. We saw last year, he had a Pro Bowl year, set our club record. This year, not so much.
Is it physical or is it mental or is it the combination of the both?
But I worry about him
Yeah.
because you know what? He's a conscientious, hard-working dude.
Right.
You talk to him. He knows what's afoot. He knows what's going on.
No pun intended.
Exactly.
What's afoot?
And again, I go back to he laid there on the ground for a little bit. And I just know that's not how he's reacted after any other miss. You see loss, and he takes it. But that was the first time I remember watching him and going, wow, I think that really that got him.
Well, you know what? And here's an opportunity. You've got your arch nemesis,
Right.
one of the best teams in the National Football League, the New England Patriots. What better opponent to pull your team together to get out of the doldrums right now? And you and I talked about it on a radio show in the locker room this morning. There is no better atmosphere in a locker room than having your backs against the wall and going into a game
Right.
like it's a playoff game, and that's what this is.
This
and so
is.
let's get excited about it. Let's
Absolutely.
There's a reason that the windshield is 50 times bigger than the rear view mirror. Forget about the rear view mirror. Look forward. Let's get rid of that. You can't look back. Learn from Sunday's mistakes,
Right.
but move on to New England. You win against New England, then you get on a new roll.
And that, I think, really summarizes where everybody in Pittsburgh ought to be. If you're a Steelers fan, get behind them.
Yeah.
If you're the coaches and the players, get yourselves together. There was one thing I do remember, Chaluch, in our playing days. There were times when it's an overwhelming force that you're facing. It takes all 45 guys to be able to hands on deck, and also having that sense of desperation that, you know what, the mental RPMs are flying. You better get ready because it's lock and load time, and make sure you're together when the kickoff comes.
Yeah, and don't worry about the fact that you couldn't make a play defensively. Don't worry about the fact that you weren't able to run the ball to the Oakland Raiders, which everybody's been able to run it.
That's true.
But just reload, and when you get the ball in your hands on an interception, make sure you make the play. And that's what the Steelers have to do. And they're capable of making those plays. They have had a little bad luck, I say, but you can turn that around.
Absolutely. And that's a wrap for us right here
Right,
in the iHeart Studios.
Yeah.
He's Tunch, I'm Wolf, and
We're not technically in a studio. We're in a kind of an auditorium.
It's
It's an auditorium. Yeah.
Well, if you look, there's
for
a stage.
journalistic integrity.
You know, there could be a studio, right?
It's not a studio. We were just in a studio.
All right, so we're not in the studio.
We're in the auditorium.
I'm sorry. Okay, we're in an auditorium with a stage, though.
Yeah,
okay?
small. Most auditoriums have stages. It's the first time you've been in an auditorium.
I've finally dumbed him down to my level. Okay, we're out of here.